Some criminals just can't be contained. Today, we're going to look at some insane prison escapes, starting with one of the most notorious criminals of all time, who went from dealing drugs to dealing L's at prisons all over the world.
De aproximadamente
On July 11, 2015, El Chapo was awaiting sentencing for his long list of drug and cartel crimes at the Federal Social Readaptation Center in Mexico City. He's estimated to be responsible for the deaths of 34,000 people. Unfortunately for law enforcement, he had just about as many people wrapped around his finger. What you've just seen is El Chapo casually remove the ankle monitor he's required to wear to track his movements. It's pretty easy to do when you essentially run your own country. But what he does next is even more impressive. In just 10 seconds, El Chapo has managed to completely disappear after entering the shower of his cell. Law enforcement waited 25 minutes, which totally wasn't because they were paid to do so, and then raced to his cell to discover this.
de aproximadamente 10 metros de profundidad,
A tunnel with electricity and an air filtration system nearly a mile long. Inside the tunnel, law enforcement also found a motorcycle welded to a minecart that they believe was used to move materials while El Chapo's associates dug the tunnel. After all, a drug lord has to escape in style. As a result of El Chapo's escape, airports were shut down and military members from various countries were flown in to assist in locating him. However, it wasn't until January 6, 2016 that he was recaptured. While El Chapo escaped off-camera, the next two criminals' entire schemes were filmed, with law enforcement even opening the doors to let them out. Now, how's that for service? On June 8, 2024, 37-year-old Melissa Cordell was brought to Hamilton County Jail in Ohio for a theft misdemeanor. While waiting in a booking area, she noticed the only official was preoccupied with her computer. And with that, she launched her master plan to escape jail. When Melissa notices another person behind the counter, she abandons her plan, trying to look cool and casual. But soon, the coast is clear, and it's time for her to try her luck at freedom. Since Melissa hasn't been booked yet, she still has her street clothes on underneath, allowing her to fly under the radar as someone on their way out of prison, not in. But with the jail official in black on the other side of the shelf, will she be able to sneak out? Melissa skedaddles past the two jail workers and into a hall that exits the prison. Just like that, in a flash, she's gone. She was recaptured just a day later at a nearby hotel, where she then found herself facing federal escape charges. Probably should have just tried your luck with the misdemeanor, Mel. You'd think the jail would have learned their lesson after Mastermind Mel's escape. Yeah, they didn't. Just 3 weeks later, George Bridewell decided to try it for himself. Still in his plain clothes during booking, George saw the guards preoccupied and took his chance at looking for an exit. After hiding in a room for several minutes, George re-emerged at the perfect moment. George follows the men heading to outtake. Since there are so many, he blends in with ease. But then, he runs into his first real hurdle, the outtake paperwork. George steps back, making it look like he has his papers signed. Then he's home free, outsmarting not just one guard, but several. Bet he felt pretty cool strutting out of there. George was soon recaptured and now finds himself facing even heftier charges than the drug charges he was initially arrested for. Sometimes, you don't even need a plan to get out. You just need a little leap of faith. 17-year-old Quantrell D. Schwartzlow wasn't wasting any time getting out of Dodge when he was arrested by Rock County Sheriff's Office on August 18, 2019 for strangling someone.
Just give me a minute.
Quantrell didn't need a minute to decide he was going to escape. He yeeted himself out the window, facing a 12-foot drop head first. Can't say this guy doesn't take initiative. He sprints across the yard to freedom. 14 minutes later, the initial cop returns. It only takes him 2 seconds to realize he's done goofed.
Oh, no!
The next criminal was such a smooth escape that you'll almost want him to get away. Little information is available about the next escape, but you don't need to know the background to know this guy thinks he's pretty slick. The prisoner gave the dashcam driver behind him a cheeky hush, and despite his cool escape, law enforcement quickly realized he had strolled away. His escape was short-lived as cops threw him back in the van. The next criminal is just as casual. To arrange bail after being arrested in Waukesha, Wisconsin. But as you're about to see, she's not interested in paying. What do you want to bet that she's searching how to escape handcuffs on her phone? Unfortunately for Amber, she was apprehended again shortly after this clip. Which of these escapes do you think you could pull off? Let us know in the comments down below.